So number one is humble yourself and learn as much as you can. And so I think this one is very important. It will be applicable in all of your rotations. It's gonna literally save you in this journey. So what do I mean about humbling yourself? Okay, first of all, I think you'd realize that your first day as a comm-serve will be very daunting, because you don't know what to expect. You don't know if you're gonna gel well with your colleagues. You don't know how the environment is gonna be. You don't know whether you're gonna find it toxic, whether you'll cope, whether there are all of these ideas that you have, and obviously you don't know what to expect. I know it's exciting to say, oh yeah, I'm a professional nurse now, but you actually need to humble yourself. I'm not meaning that undermine yourself or put yourself at a lower scale, but humble yourself, and learn as much as you can. Don't be afraid to learn from someone who is an assistant nurse, who's an auxiliary nurse. Those people actually know so much. Trust me, you're gonna see that they actually know so much. So humble yourself. Be willing to learn from everyone. Be willing to learn even from your patients, because some patients do actually know their medication. For instance, they know what this does for them and what that does. And so be willing to learn. Be open-minded. Grasp as much information as you can. Learn as fast as you can. Tap into that space. Tap into the space that you're actually here to learn. Treat this year as a year to learn. And I'm telling you, you will not regret it. Number two is, I think this one is also important as you enter into the space, because first of all, you're gonna get tempted in so many ways. You're gonna find people, as much as you're gonna find people who will be very helpful, very willing to teach you, open to orientating you, you as well are gonna find people who just look at you and are like, let's live 2K. Or even if you're not in 2K, but like, you'll find people who just look at you and just like look down on you. So be emotionally intelligent when you come across those kind of people, because I think sometimes those people's mandates, well, I've learned what usually those people have their own personal things going on. So, like, don't mind them as much. Like, don't allow yourself to become angry and to hold grudges against people who do certain things to you. Like, be someone who, even when someone hurts you, take the offense, but don't give it back. Be professional. If obviously there are things that do need to be addressed every now and then, say it's something that's really stuck deep with you, so just for you to get out of that zone, talk to the person, pull that person aside. Don't allow yourself to be dragged by your emotions and also fighting people and all of that, because your professionality matters. They are gonna, I think every institution does this, but like, they see how you behave, how professional you are, how you handle things. And so be mindful of that. I'm not saying pretend, but be smart, be professional, and be emotionally intelligent, okay? As well, with emotional intelligence, I think what has worked for me this year has been prayer. And it has been looking at myself in the mirror and telling myself God's word, speaking God's word upon myself, because it is very important of what you fill your mind with. The hospital is a place where you're gonna see dead people. It's a place where you're gonna meet people who are severely affected by their illnesses. It's a very emotional place, not just with the staff and colleagues, but the environment itself, it can weigh you down. I remember this year, I've I was in this one ward. It's actually a medical ward, and I have never seen so many deaths in my life. Like, as a student, I saw one death, but in that ward, I don't know how many people died in a month. In a month when I was there, okay, it was like so many people. And prayer carried me. What I told myself and what I spoke over myself in the morning carried me. Ask for wisdom, ask for strength, ask for capacity, ask for skills, ask for hands that are able to work, because the word says that he will bless the works of your hands. And so it is very important on what you meditate upon, what you let your mind travel on. So be emotionally intelligent. What do I mean about step into it and don't doubt yourself? It's that once you get a hang of things, there are certain things that you're gonna get a hang of within your, obviously most of the times your first rotation, whether it be 2 months, 3 months, there are certain things that you learn and that you actually get to do by yourself. There are certain things that you learn so quickly and so easily that you won't need someone to guide you through it. And in those times, as I mentioned, that learn fast and learn to trust yourself, learn to trust your professional skills, learn to trust your professional instincts, learn to trust what you've seen, what you've experienced, and what you know. Don't doubt yourself. Don't be slow to step into things, as well as trust in what you know, trust in yourself. I think confidence is also a huge one when it comes to the hospital field, because you're going to be meeting and interacting with different professionals, sometimes rude doctors, sometimes really nice doctors. Okay, not all doctors are rude, okay? But you're going to be interacting with different people, and some of these people obviously wouldn't know that you're comm-serve, they wouldn't know certain things. And so learn to be confident in what you know, and don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to advocate for your patients. Don't be afraid to interact with different people. Step into it. Don't be slow to step into it. As much as you're going to remain humble, you're going to be willing to learn, as much as you are going to be emotionally intelligent and professional, learn to step into it. Don't take time to get used to the environment. I'm not saying this to put pressure, but I'm also saying this to remind you to be confident. Be confident. You got this. You got this. 4 years old. I think one thing that I've realized this year, I've actually realized that I actually learned so much from nursing school. Like, there are some things that you'll doubt, ne? Especially when you're new. But actually, like, as the months go by, you actually realize what's actually they were teaching me the things here. Actually, yeah, as late, you know, yeah, you'll get that confidence. So step into it. Number 4, as you step into it, as you're getting confident, don't be shy to ask for help when you need help. Help is very important. In some situations, acknowledge that you don't know and you can't. And biza umuntu omdala. Biza umuntu omdala, because you will save yourself from so much. You also save your patient. Remember that you are doing. Remember, I think at the back of your mind, the most important thing you should know about nursing, it's about your patient. It's not about you. It's not about how much you know. It's not about your skills. It's about your patient, and ensuring that your patient is well treated. If there are certain things that you're not sure of, if there's certain medication that is written there on the script and you're not really sure what does this medication do, even if you've given it so many times. But in that moment in time, you're not sure whether it matches the indications that your patient has. Ask for help. Ask the doctor, ask your seniors, ask for help when you need help. If there are certain procedures that you are struggling with, ask for help. I remember, there are some things that you would feel like, oh my gosh, this should be very obvious, but it saves you so much to ask for help because it actually gives you more knowledge. I remember I was working in a pediatric ward, and then the doctor, the prof that was working in our ward, the professor, she asked me to teach the patient, to teach the caregiver of the patient how to take care of the peg tube. Yeah? So a lot of the patients that we had in pediatric ward, they were patients with neurological conditions, and with neurological conditions, they cannot feed well. Most of them need peg tubes to be inserted and all of that. So she asked me to show the caregiver how to tighten the peg tube, how to clean it, all of those things. And in all honesty, at that time, I didn't know how is it even tightened? How is the balloon tightened, right? And to clean it, I think it was quite obvious. But with how you tighten it, what you do every time before feeds and all of that, I wasn't quite sure about it. And I remember thinking about this so much, and I was like, you know what? I can't let my patient down and actually just give them half information, just show them how to clean it and not tell them how to actually tighten it, because it runs the risk of the peg tube coming out. So in the ward at that time, some of the sisters that I'm working with were out. I don't know what they were doing. I think they were out for lunch, and I was with an enrolled nurse, right? And she's she's been there for a while. So in that time, I learned to actually ask for help. I asked her, would say, okay, please confirm with me, how do patients tighten this and all of this? And listen, I think in that moment, she gave me all the details that I needed to know. Even the things that I did not know, she told me. And in that moment in time, I realized that don't be shy to ask for help, even if it seems like something so small, because it's like, sis, you're a professional nurse, how do you not know this? But it's not everything that you're gonna know. It's not everything that you're gonna know from the back of your hand. Ask for help. I hope you get my point. Ask for help, man. You'll be fine. Don't act out of character because of what the majority are doing. Don't act out of character because it's a norm in the word. Do not conform to whatever negative thing that you feel and actually act out of character because everyone is doing it. But remember your heart and your passion for nursing. Remember your heart and your passion for where you are and what your dreams were when you got into this career, and stick to that. Even if they'll say to you, hey, don't treat the patient like that, you're more shy and all of that. Sis, be yourself. Advocate for your patients. Remember the reason why you are here. Okay?